What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're talking turkey. Now, Thanksgiving turkey can be intimidating no matter how experienced you are in the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a few ways to make it faster, more juicy, and delicious. Meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen.
Juicy.
All right, guys, first things first, let's talk about the major pain points when it comes to cooking Thanksgiving turkey. One, it takes forever to cook. Two, a lot of times it ends up dry. And three, it lacks flavor. Those are the three biggest issues, in my opinion, when it comes to cooking turkey, and I'm going to show you how to overcome all three. First things first, we're going to go ahead and break down the turkey into individual pieces. This is important because a lot of times with turkey, the breast will be done and dry out by the time the dark meat is finished cooking. Next, let's talk about the tools you're going to need for the job. First, you need a nice sharp knife. I happen to have one at MrMakeItHappen.shop if you're in the market. You're also going to need some sharp kitchen scissors and a cutting board. Those are the only three things you need to break down this bird. Today we have a 12-pound turkey, which is a little bit on the smaller end. That's what I prefer to cook. They're good for deep frying, smoking, or in the oven. Obviously, if you have a large family, you might need to use two of these or one really big turkey. The small ones, in my opinion, are a little bit more flavorful and they're easier to cook. So that's why I go with the small ones. Totally up to you though. So what we're gonna do first is basically spatchcock the turkey, which is remove the backbone. It's gonna flip the bird over. This is where those kitchen scissors come in handy. We're gonna need those. Let's go ahead and trim all this excess skin from the neck part. And we'll discard that. You can save all the trimmings, the neck, and all that good stuff to make stock or gravy. Totally up to you. But just take your scissors and cut down one end of the backbone like you see right here. You might need a little forearm muscle to get this done, but this is about the hardest part of the recipe right here. Next up, we're going to take our sharp knife right down the middle of that breastbone. We want it to kind of separate a little bit, flatten it out. And right here you have a spatchcock turkey, which is another great way to cook these. It's probably my first favorite method. If I'm not in a super rush, then this method works good. So you just kind of press down like so, and you have a nice flattened out bird. But today we're taking it a step further. We're going to separate this completely. So next I'm going to go ahead and separate the leg quarters. So just use your knife. Just kind of find the pockets here. And then find that bone. Should be a joint right there. Boom. Super easy. Leg quarter removed. Set that to the side, and we'll cook that as one whole piece. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. And then we'll remove the wings and then leave the breast whole. That way the dark meat cooks at the same temperature, the breast cooks at the same temperature, and when the breast is done, we'll wrap it up and preserve it and let the dark meat finish up. That way we don't overcook our breast. One of the biggest complaints about turkey is that the breast meat's always dry and the dark meat is undercooked. So, all right guys, so we talked about how to speed up the process, right? So doing it like this is gonna cook the turkey in about half the time. We're also gonna ensure that the breast meat is not overcooked, which is gonna ensure that it's juicy. Next, let's talk about flavor. For that, we're gonna do what's called a dry brine. So heavy salt application. That's gonna go in the refrigerator overnight. I know I said this is a quick recipe. When I said that, I meant quick cook time. If you can invest 1 day of overnight brining, it's gonna be worth it because you're gonna get salt penetration and seasoning all the way down to the bone. And that is vital for a nice flavorful piece of turkey. So if you can do it the night before, go ahead and do this process I just showed you. Salt brine it, get it in the fridge, uncovered. That's gonna help dry out the skin, which is gonna result in a crispy, end product on the turkey skin. I keep wanting to say chicken for some reason. But we're gonna heavily salt this, get it in the fridge overnight, and then we'll get it on its bird's nest that we're gonna build, which is going to be the next way that we're going to add flavor. That's going to add flavor to the turkey and to the gravy that we're going to use with the turkey. All right, guys, so for our bird's nest, we have all types of flavor enhancers in here. We got citrus in the form of lemon and orange. We got fresh herbs, the kind you cook with, not the kind that cook you, in the form of rosemary, thyme, sage, a lot of holiday flavors. We got onions, we got garlic, we got celery. All of this can make your house smell absolutely amazing. It's going to perfume the turkey, adding aromatics to the party. And most importantly, the drippings are going to make the best gravy you ever had in your life. All right, guys, so after you have your dry brine session, you build your bird's nest, it's time to go ahead and load this bad boy up. I like to use some wire racks just to create a little additional separation. And we're going to get everything positioned in here as best we can. We're going to season this up with my lemon bay seasoning. You can use whatever seasoning you like. This is what we're going with today. Nice light application, though. We don't want things to get too dark. Plus, we have plenty of salt on there already. That's why I like to use a low sodium product like my AP seasoning, because again, we already heavily salted these during the dry brine. But again, this is a 13-pound piece of meat. So when you see the seasoning go on and it looks like a lot, you got to remember we're seasoning 13 pounds of meat. This isn't a chicken wing or a piece of hamburger or something. All right, so we're going to start the party wrapped at 400 degrees. Allow some of that chicken broth that we added in there to start to steam everything. That's going to help it cook a little bit faster and keep moisture in there. Then we're going to unwrap it and let the skin get nice and crispy. Now we're going to go ahead and get our garlic butter prepared. We need 1 stick of melted butter, a few tablespoons of the pan drippings, 2 tablespoons of garlic, and give that a mix. And then we're going in with about a tablespoon of parsley, season to taste, and that's going to be what we're going to baste our turkey in. Fantastic. The breast is already just about done. The dark meat's going to have a little bit longer to go, but we can carve that turkey breast up and then serve it. And then once the dark meat is ready, we can serve that, or we can just hold the turkey breast in like a cooler or something so it maintains its temperature until the dark meat is ready. You got options. All right, guys, the star of the show is usually turkey breast, and that's what we're going to go ahead and carve up for you today. Should be nice and moist. Skin is nice and crispy. Make sure my mic's on so you guys can hear that. But we're going to go ahead and try to avoid the breastbone as much as possible. Make a slice on one side, then spin it towards you, and then do the same thing headed in the opposite direction. And you should be able to remove the breast without impacting the skin too much. There we go. Boom, beautiful turkey breast. We're gonna carve it up. You can see it's nice and juicy. Try to keep that skin on there. You worked hard for that. You can just see how juicy the breast is. Same thing on this side. And then you can just pick the rest of the breast meat off, put it in a little pile. You got your clean slices, and then you have your pulled turkey pile. Spoon a little bit of that right on top, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. I'm going right in for a big piece. I'm starving. Look at that. That's money.